Good evening. My name is Terrell Gardner, and today I'll be presenting my author study oral presentation on Alexander Pope. About Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope was an English poet, translator, and satirist of the Augustan period and one of his greatest artistic exponents. Considered the foremost English poet of the early 18th century and a master of the heroic couplet, he is best known for his satirical and discursive poetry. More about Pope. At 12, Pope composed his earliest extant work, Ode to Solitude. The same year saw the onset of the debilitating bone deformity that would plague Pope until the end of his life. Originally attributed to the severity of his studies, the illness is now commonly accepted as Pott's disease, a form of tuberculosis affecting the spine that stunted his growth. Pope during the Augustan Age. The Augustan Age, one of the most illustrious periods in Latin literary history, from approximately 43 BC to AD 18. Pope influenced literature through his poetry, identifying and refining his own positions as a critic and a poet. Alexander Pope is regarded as the single most important poet of the period. In fact, scholars often described his writing as dominating the Augustan Age. Alexander Pope's poetic form. The heroic couplets rhyme scheme was ordinarily closed rhyme couplets. The meter was iambic hemimeter. The couplets often contrasted opposing ideas in an epigrammatic manner. For example, know then thyself, presume not God to scan. The proper study of mankind is man. The voice of the Enlightenment. Pope defended the Enlightenment belief in rational thought and moderate action, values which he believed would produce an ordered and harmonious society modeled on the harmony of the natural world. Pope looked back on Roman and Greek classical literature as a guide to these values. Notable poems by Pope. The first poem is an essay on criticism, which was first published anonymously in 1711 when the author was 22 years old. Pope began writing this early in his career and it took him about 3 years to complete it. The second poem would be The Rape of the Lock. One of Pope's most famous poems, Pope boasted that this sold more than 3,000 copies in its first 4 days. The final form of the poem appeared in 1717 with the addition of Clarissa's speech. Essay on Man. A poem published in between 1733 and 34. It was dedicated to Henry St. John, 1st Viscount Bolingbroke. It is an effort to rationalize, or rather vindicate, the ways of God to man. More on the Rape of Locke. The Rape of Locke is a humorous indictment of the vanities and idleness of 18th century high society. The Rape of Locke recounts the story of a young woman who has a lock of hair stolen by an ardent young man. Some of the major themes in The Rape of Locke are beauty, religion, and morality, femininity, pride, love, pursuits, and morality of the upper class. Thank you. Here are some references.